I'm predicting the future like psychic. Tip off and kickoffs, it got me excited. I be placing the bet every Sunday. I'm treating this FanDuel like it's my wife. I'm with T Woods, Tusker, and Mikey. You can hate it or love it or like it. I ain't breaking a sweat while I'm placing the bet, cause these picks I got is fire. Tip off and kickoffs, baby. Tip off and kickoffs, tip off and kickoffs, baby. Tip off and kickoffs, tip off and kickoffs, baby. Tip off and kickoffs, tip off and kickoffs, baby. Tip off and kickoffs,
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tip-Offs and Kickoffs, your favorite podcast here. You know I had to bring my guy T Woods with me. What's good, brother? What's good?
What's up, man? It's just me and Joe on the last episode for Black History Month. I'm just playing. Mikey's away for work. He'll be back, obviously, for the next episode. Just Joey and Joey. How are we doing?
Shit, man. Can't call it, man. Long week, a lot of sports. Got the combine, whole other bunch of stuff, man. What we gonna get into first, brother?
You just told me about Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao finally getting their rematch in over a decade later.
Man,
tell me a little bit more about that.
Man, so yeah, Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather are gonna be fighting for the rematch sometime in September. I don't know what's going on, man. These dudes are old. Yeah, it's weird because I mean, no matter if like Floyd loses this time or not, you know, it's not going to go against his like professional record since it's an exhibition match. I think it's silly, but obviously it's a money grab, 100%. Not sure what it's going to be on yet. Hell, it could be on ESPN. It could be on Netflix. Nothing's really confirmed yet. But if I had to take a guess, man, I think Mayweather's going to win this again.
Yeah.
You know, Mayweather's been in this coaching mode, you know, coaching these fighters, you know, Shakur, Stevenson, Gervonta Davis, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, I think Mayweather's really been working at it. I mean, Pacquiao could be in the Philippines and be in the dark, no social media, just getting out there. You know what I mean?
Hey, you know Manny Pacquiao can hoop, man.
Nah, for real.
Hey, you better peep his highlights. Manny Pacquiao can get it done.
Really?
Yeah. This whole thing is a little out of left field, but I'm pretty sure originally they had Mayweather against Tyson or something like that. Mike Tyson, to be quite clear, which obviously, what the hell? The hell is that? Money grab, obviously. I'm not hating. Shout out to the OGs, man. Love what they did. But yeah, I don't hate them. Big payday. Get your money, but I can't say that I'll be tuned in for it. You watched this last race that went down, Joey? Talk to us about it.
Oh yeah, so 2026 Auto Trader 400. You know, there was in Atlanta. It was a crazy race, man. 10 cautions and 6 or 7 of them were in the final stage of the race, and it was nuts, man. They were packed up the whole time. I'm gonna give a shout out to 2311, man, Michael Jordan's team. Let's just go ahead and shout them out real quick. Hey, Tyler Reddick has won 2 in a row. Him and Bubba are dominating their first and second in points already. I know it's early, but hey, they're dominating already. But back to the race. You know, Bubba Wallace was, you know, head up. Carson Hocevar, Christopher Bell, Briscoe. Man, they were all packed up for a good 20 laps. And then you see all these cautions go on. And then one at a time, each driver is getting knocked off. But Bubba stays up there. Bubba stays up there this whole time through these cautions. Last caution, final lap of the race. He tries to go up on the outside, cutting off Carson Hocevar, and loses his draft and his momentum, and everybody passes him up. Tough race for him. A lot of people thought it was his race, including me. Very, very nerve-wracking race. But I'm gonna give a shout out to Tyler Reddick, man. He came from 20th to 3rd quick. He got up there by the second to last caution of the race. So he's already up at the top. So yeah, Tyler Reddick was basically at the top for the last couple cautions, making his way into 3rd/4th, right behind Bubba. And it was good because he was giving Bubba the push in between all these cautions. But when Bubba messed up trying to go high and tight, Tyler Reddick took the lead, and there you go, 2 times in a row. It's kind of ironic, man, that MJ and Denny Hamlin go into court this summer, and not this summer, this winter, and go kick NASCAR's ass in court, and then they win the first 2 races. I mean, this is kind of crazy. My opinion, I already think they are, but I think they're going to be considered a powerhouse. I mean, Bubba and Tyler Reddick are absolutely killing it right now. There's no doubt about that, man. But other than that, for this weekend, you got your COTA race, which it's going to be the first road course this season, and the COTA race is located in Texas. One of the hardest races to come by far. I mean, I would say all road courses are pretty tough, but this one's one of the toughest. So, with that being said, it's in Texas. Motor race, Circuit of the Americas in Austin. It's gonna be Sunday, March 1st at 3:30. 95 laps, 228 miles on a 2.4-mile road course. It's gonna be an interesting race. You got your key guys that are good at the road courses. You got Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Christopher Bell, Connor Zilic, your rookie. This is going to be his first road course at the Cup Series. And your notable mention, SVG. SVG, everybody knows, best road course racer in NASCAR by far. But hey, he didn't win this race last year. Christopher Bell and the Toyota Joe Gibbs Racing won last year. So this is going to be an interesting race, man. If I had to guess, I'm going to say it's going to be a Toyota. And, man, I think Tyler Reddick's going to go back for the back-to-back-to-back wins. I think he gonna three-peat this shit.
Yeah.
He gonna three-peat this shit for Jordan. Yeah, I don't know. I'm joking. That'd be really cool. If I had to take a guess, I think SVG is going to win this race as long as his car can stay alive. He usually has some technical difficulties, but yeah, I think he's going to win this race. It's going to be SVG. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. This is one of my favorite races of the year. So yeah, shout out to all my NASCAR fans out there. T Woods, let's jump into NFL, man. So first thing comes to mind, Colts, Grant, Anthony Richardson, okay to seek trade. What are you thinking, bro?
Like we spoke about last episode, a suitor within Anthony Richardson could be the Vikings. Again, I don't agree with that one right there. Although JJ McCarthy definitely could use competition for his spot. I don't know if Anthony Richardson would be the answer for that. As to which team he could go to after that, I don't know. Uh, I think he needs to go somewhere where he could be the backup. Definitely do some more learning, especially somewhere where there's a veteran that's been holding down the number one spot for a long time. I think he would do great on the Bengals. I could see him holding it down for Joe Burrow if he were to have an injury like he has recently in the last few years. But I don't know outside of that. I don't know where he could really land at. Is there a place where you'd like to see him play?
Um, Honestly, man, somewhere where he can be a fair shot. I'd hate to see him, be the former number 4 pick and like die off. I don't want this man dying off. I need him to go somewhere where he can shine. Because, I mean, man, at the end of the day, some people got to mature, and some people, just got to work on their game and get better. I truly think he wants to get better and he wants to play, man. He's just had some bumps in the road, and I don't think he. I don't know. I don't think he made a good stamp in Indianapolis. I think he needs to get out in a short period of time. He's pissed a lot of people off here, especially with his actions, walking off the field, saying he was tired, and,
Yeah,
right then and there.
I don't think Indianapolis will ever forgive him for that moment. Which as a former competitor, what the hell? You just I understand being tired, but in a moment like that, especially in such a vital position where you have to show that you can be a leader. A leader would not, shy away and say he's tired in a moment like that. You got to step up, finish the drive because they were getting towards the end of that drive, potentially scoring a touchdown, and they just walked off the field. But I don't want to rule him out. Another place I could see him going is possibly Pittsburgh, with Aaron Rodgers possibly coming back for one last year. He could sit behind Aaron Rodgers and even have some conversations with Mason Rudolph, and eventually find himself being the starter there. Speaking of the Steelers, recently the NFLPA report cards have been leaked, despite them being blocked from the league, from being public records. There are over 2,000 people within that, department. It was going to be leaked in some form or fashion, whether it just shows the first and last or all 32 teams. And ranking dead last was the Steelers. A thing that they recently added to the grading scale was just how your stadium was, how your home field was. I guess Steelers were really close last year, ranking 28th, and this year finishing dead last. It was rumored that their visitor locker room only had 5 bathroom stalls in it. Given that you have at least 53 players dressing for the game, plenty more standing on the sideline, coaches, uh, training staff, whatnot. Only 5 bathrooms to break down. About 80 people. Jeez, that's tough. And
That
surprisingly,
sounds like a middle school locker room, bro.
man, hey, you finish in a rough spot back to back years. There's some things around the facilities that need to be changed. And then surprisingly, at least to my concern, um, at number one is the Dolphins. Uh, yeah, I guess they got it going on down in Miami. Everything but the actual team. That's dope. That's dope. Um, I think we should move on to some NBA. We're past the All Star break and things are turning up. Teams have to lock in if they want to secure a spot in the playoff, and then you really got to lock in if you want that. If you want to fight to get into the playoffs with that playing spot, given that you have to play in that small tournament right at the end.
Before we get off NFL, let's let me discuss this the combine, man. So the combine's here in Indy. Just breaking down the schedule real quick, and then we can move on. Thursday today, we have the defensive linemen, linebackers, and kickers. Already started. It should be wrapping up soon. Tomorrow, Friday, February 27th, defensive backs, tight ends. Drills begin at 3 p.m. Saturday, you got QBs, wide receivers, running backs. Drill begins at 1 o'clock. And Sunday, March 1st, you've got the offensive linemen. Um, this is a big moment of the year. Big moment for Indianapolis. For all the Indianapolis fans, if you want to go see some professional football players, some potential first round picks, potential NFL superstars, anywhere downtown. All the hotels, all the bars, Prime 42 or 47, all the coaches and all the major Hall of Famers will be there. This is the time of the year. Um, Long story short, Indianapolis is going to be lit. Got all the players here, all the coaches, all the alumni, all the Hall of Famers, et cetera, et cetera. So, hey man, get down there, show some support. So, show some support to the show some support to the city. Oh my gosh, show some support to the city. Yeah, a lot of people coming in, and outsiders. So meet them at the bar, get to know some people, show them around Indianapolis, man. Because I feel like Indianapolis gets a weird rep that we're like some country ass town and shit. Indianapolis is a city. We get down just like everybody else, man. I
Oh,
think. Um. So yeah, man. Shout out to the city. But go ahead. We can jump back into the NBA, bro. Sorry about that.
no worries. Yeah, teams have to lock in. Joey, do you have any teams you could see potentially making it all the way to the finals?
Man, Spurs have won 10 straight, bro. Spurs are on fire right now.
All right.
Um, yeah, I mean, as far as the West, dude, the West is tough, man. You got, the Spurs, you got the Nuggets. You can't count the Nuggets out, bro. And you sure as hell can't count out the young ass OKC team, bro. I mean, they're always on go mode. Even if they get injuries, they still got some shit in the back end. As far as the East, man, Celtics, bro. Celtics have been going crazy. Without Jason Tatum, I mean, all they got to do is make it to the second round, I think. And Jason Tatum will be back if he decides to play this year. Um, Knicks have kind of fell off. I think they're a pump fake, to be honest. But Detroit, man, Detroit has been on fire, bro. Detroit has been getting the job done. Um, using all their role players and bench guys to keep up with the first team. So, man, my prediction right now, if I had to predict anything, I'd say it's probably going to be Celtics in the East and probably the Spurs in the West.
Mm.
It's early, but that's what I'm thinking right now, man. I think it's going to be Celtics and Spurs, bro.
I could see it. I definitely agree with the Spurs. They're they're my favorite. Obviously, um, they beat the Thunder 4 times this season, which is obviously a very tough feat right there. I just think what could hurt them down the line is they're just unexperienced. They don't really have a whole lot of championship pedigree to their actual roster. Even their head coach, this is his first year. He's a rookie coach. But outside of that, if they can get their 3-point shooting together and perimeter defense together, I could absolutely see them winning it all. Of course, Wemby can hold down the inside. I think he's a clear candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. They'll be just fine. Another team you can't necessarily count out, Rockets. Their biggest downfall, if you ask me, is the lack of having an actual point guard. Unfortunately, Fred VanVleet tore his ACL in the preseason, so they won't have him even going into the postseason. They have Reed Shepard, Reed Shepard, which he's young, but I don't think he's ready to take that leap yet. And yeah, you got the Nuggets in there as well. If they can get back to 100%, Aaron Gordon was playing phenomenal basketball before he got hurt. I think Jamal Murray can bring it back to that next level because I do think he's taken a step back in a way and almost become a bit more of a facilitator than being their I won't say number one option because obviously Joker is going to be decision maker at the end of the play, but he's getting more assists, getting that in, and then coming out of the East, Pistons are number one seed right now. I think what could be their demise is that they're just undisciplined, but that almost brings back that bad boys Pistons bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They care about playing defense. They're physical. I can get up in you. Pause. Um, but they're gonna foul. They foul a lot, and quite frankly, they don't have too many great 3-point shooters. They have Duncan Robinson who can let that thing fly, but outside of that, nobody else is really shooting lights out. I think they got Marcus Sasser off the bench who's putting up decent numbers from 3-point range, but that's one of their faults. For me, I think the Cavaliers will be a great threat opposed to the Knicks. I think, like you said, the Knicks are phony. I think they have poor team chemistry. It's all a facade. It seems like they love each other and whatnot, and I'm sure they do like each other, but on the court they just don't play well together. But the Cavs, they could also dwindle. Jared Allen has that famous line he dropped where he said the lights were too bright actually for him. So um, playoff moments for the Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell and James Harden. All of the above. They come up short many times in the playoffs as of recent. And then you said the Celtics. I absolutely think the Celtics could make it pretty far. I have no doubt that Jaylen Brown could lead this team, maybe to the Eastern Conference Finals, but I don't think the rest of the roster is going to step up where it needs to be in order to get it done. If somebody gets in foul trouble and Peyton Pritchard has to be out on the floor, he's a dog, don't get me wrong, but they're going to attack Peyton Pritchard like there's no tomorrow. And that quite won't work out, you know? Um, Another thing I would like to get into, especially, talking about the playoffs, this will be the end of the season. The postseason awards will roll out. And recently, there's been a rule where you have to play 65 games in order to be eligible. Well, right now, you know, very respectable names, LeBron, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, they're all ineligible for even, all NBA, first, second, or third teams. And then you've got players like SGA, Jokic, and Anthony Edwards who are, right there on the border. And quite frankly, I think that rule needs to go. Obviously, we wanted to stop load management. We wanted to get your star players out there. So the people that are paying, their hard-earned money, that, this could be the only chance they get to see them ever, they wanted to watch them play. And it's not working out great because I think it's going to screw over small market teams, given that not every team has the same cap space amount. And this could lead to players being overpaid, given that someone might accidentally make an All NBA team who isn't an All NBA player, which will lead them to being eligible for a supermax. And certain teams can't pay to pull that together, especially if they want to keep other core pieces intact. What do you think about that rule, Joey? 65 games? Damn.
I mean, that's pretty tough, but it's fair at the same time. I mean, I don't want to buy playing, what is it, like 50 games now? Is that what it's currently? I think it's like 50 games you got to play at least.
No, you have to play 65 games.
You got to play 65 now?
Yeah, yeah. You
Oh,
can't.
shit.
If
Okay.
you miss 18 or more games, you are ineligible for, MVP, comeback player,
I
all
mean,
that good stuff. All NBA, all defensive.
yeah, my fault. I was out of loop. I was thinking it was 50. Good news, glad you could coach me on that. I think it's fair though. I mean, especially for the teams that are tanking. Like if you're tanking, you're not playing your star player. Okay, like you can go. Yeah, that's out. But if you're hurt, man, you're hurt. I mean, if you're hurt half the season, you come back and you start playing good. I mean, I don't think you necessarily deserve it over a player that's been lights out all season. I mean, let's be real, bro. Curry's been hurt this whole time, and I mean, he don't deserve none of those awards. I mean, he's one of the greatest of all time. But let's be real, man. I mean, once you sit out, somebody else has to step up. Which I think some of the players that are going to make All NBA are going to be credible. I mean, you got the young guys, Wemby, Anthony Edwards, SGA, Jokic, so far and so forth. I mean, I think it's pretty fair. And like you said, bro, I mean, it's all going to come down to players playing, star players playing. If I'm spending my hard-earned money to see the Pacers play the Lakers, I better see Luka. I better see LeBron. You know what I mean? Um, Fortunately, last year I was able to do that, but I went to see the Pelicans twice. Never saw Zion touch the court. Saw the Hornets play 3 times. Didn't see LaMelo Ball touch the court. It's annoying, man, because you want to see certain players and how they perform, man. And if they're not injured and they're just sitting out, it's bullshit. You know.
No, no.
And I'm glad they're starting to crack down on the tanking shit now, because hey, man, at the end of the day, it's entertainment. You got to entertain the fans. The fans are there to see certain people. You got little kids, man. You got families that don't even got it, but figured it out to take their kids to these games, and then they're not playing. This person's not playing. This person's not playing. And they could have been down to their last dollar, but hey, Merry Christmas. You got Pacers versus Laker tickets. You got Pacers versus Spurs tickets. Man, I know a little kid would want to go see Wembanyama, 7'5" ass. I mean,
Sure.
you don't want to just see him on the bench. And hell, most of the time when they're traveling, they don't even travel with the damn team. You know,
Oh,
but yeah,
I have something interesting. I would like your opinion on as well. So you remember when the Pacers got fined 100,000 for violating anti-tanking policy? Well, I guess Rick Carlisle over a phone call was recorded saying essentially the NBA wanted them to medicate Aaron Neesmith so he would play instead of and Rick Carlisle and the Pacers were like, no, we're not gonna drug him just so he can play when we can wait until he's healthy enough and good to go. What do you think about that?
yeah, that's stupid. If he's not healthy, don't play him. I don't think they need to force that onto somebody and potentially make them lose their career over a career-ending injury when they could just sit their ass on the bench. If you're actually hurt, sit. I get it. Um, if you're playing back to backs and you're sore, you better thug that shit out. That's part of the fucking game, man. Yeah, every NBA player knows what they sign up for with this long ass season. Some of these games can be back to back. You gonna be sore. It's not even a question. Get it. But no, if you're injured, sit your ass down. Tyrese Halliburton, perfect example. I mean, I see why he didn't sit. It was the biggest stage of the year last year. Um, but
Yeah, you can't sit that game out,
no, you can't.
unfortunately.
You can't sit that game out, and they didn't force him to sit it out, or they didn't tell him, "Oh, you got to play." Like he
I mean,
volunteered not to play.
same exact thing happened to Kevin Durant. Tore his Achilles when he had a lingering injury, forced it, forced it for the glory, uh, but unfortunately led to a much more devastating end.
Yeah. Moral of the story is, bro, if you're actually injured, sit the fuck out. And they should not
Yes,
have these backdoor calls about, hey, hit this man with the damn horse tranquilizer and put him out there on the court. You know, like that's inhumane and damn man, I feel like that's violating some rights right there, man. Like man, how you gonna have me play when I'm injured? You know, how the hell they gonna tell what's wrong with them, man? Isn't HIPAA a thing? Come on now, when they get rid of HIPAA, man? Nah, in all seriousness though, yeah, straight up, man. If you hurt, don't play. And I give all respect to Rick Carlisle for standing up for his players and for the teams. Like, look, man, go ahead and hit that 100 bands. We don't give a shit because I'm not gonna play this guy that's hurt. Ain't nothing
real,
to him.
real shit. Um, yeah, I mean, there's always two sides to the coin, and another one of the NBA has so many flaws. Unlike in every major sports league has its flaws, but NBA just has so many evident ones. Many would say it's a deteriorating product. I just think it needs a lot of polishing up. That being one of them, and I personally think maybe what you could do is shorten the season just a little bit. Obviously, taking 20 games off the season and shorten it down to let's say 60. So taking 22 games off would be crazy, because it's and obviously most people will just think about the players, and that's one thing. But there are many jobs created for day-to-day people, working the concessions or janitorial services, cleaning up the arena after the game, that it would affect as well, that they would get less hours. So I don't know, another one of those things that I don't know if there's an answer that's going to satisfy everybody.
Yeah, there's always stuff that's gonna happen that's gonna change that people aren't gonna agree with. That's just life, bro. I mean, you know, we're young now, but hell, the NBA, NFL, all these other sports could be totally different in 20 years from now. And then, like, we're going to be those old heads like they are now. Say, oh, the NBA and NFL wasn't like this 20 years ago. Time's evolving, bro. I mean, stuff is going to change. You just got to, like, you got to choose to stay with it or I'm not watching that shit no more. You know, it's just
Right.
it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, it's all entertainment. I trust they're gonna make the right decision, bringing the right people. So, man, shout out to shout out to the executives, man. I ain't nothing. I ain't nothing to y'all. So, shout out to the executives, man. Yeah. Before we get out of here, though, I just want to talk about MLB, man. So MLB is officially in spring training. Um, they start March 25th. But as of now, they're in spring training. Got some teams going crazy. I mean, obviously, it doesn't even really matter at this point right now. Teams are pretty much playing every game. I'm not going to break down the standings because, like I said, it doesn't matter. But when the season does come around, like I told you guys a couple episodes ago, we will be bringing in a fourth uh, MLB analyst, I should say. It's gonna be a real treat for y'all, and we're gonna be breaking down some MLB, man. Just like right now, there's too much. There's too much going on. So yeah, man, y'all stay tuned for that because we're definitely gonna jump into that. Um, Shout out to the men's hockey team winning the gold, bro. Isn't that shit crazy?
That is that is crazy. USA, what? USA, what? Come on.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I thought the USA hockey team would be just as hard for them winning a gold as the USA soccer team winning the World Cup. That's what I compare it to. Because you're never going to see that. USA winning the World Cup, you ain't never going to see that. And I mean, I didn't think I'd see USA winning a damn gold medal either. That's insane, man. That is insane. Did you see that Pat McAfee picked up their bar tab after they won the gold medal and Miami.
Yeah, I seen it. That's pretty fire. That is
I was
pretty fire.
talking to Mikey about that yesterday, and he said that he covered 150,000 worth of tabs worth of all drinks, and I'm like, he's like, that's a lot of money. I'm like, it's a lot of money, but that's probably nothing to Pat McAfee though.
Yeah, for sure. And man, I bet those hockey players can drink like no other.
Oh yeah,
Them boys is crazy. Boys
yeah.
is crazy.
Shout out to Pat McAfee, man. He always comes through with the donations. I mean, y'all know he comes through with the donations with the, college game day, and then whenever big sports stuff like this happens, he dips his head in there. I mean, hey man, he's a real one for that. I mean, that's heroic. Being able to go to the club, everything's on the house. Ain't gotta
Right.
spend your own money because hey, these hockey players, man, they're not making contracts like NBA, MLB, and NFL players. They're making like what first contract terms making the NBA, like a couple million. They ain't making nothing too crazy. So shout out to Pat McAfee, man. That was some real good shit right there. You got anything else you want to jump into, brother?
Yeah. If you made it this far through the episode, we appreciate you, man. Appreciate the hell out of y'all. Make sure you leave a like, comment. I have a question for you guys. If you guys can comment and leave your opinion, do you think the MLB needs a salary cap? Because obviously there are a lot of people upset with how the Dodgers are doing business. There are other teams like the Mets who were trying to replicate that but are just failing horrendously at it. The Mets didn't even make it to the playoffs last season. And so I would like to know, what do you guys think? How would they even go about fixing it? Would Dodgers, would their contracts just be grandfathered, or would they have to maybe let some people go? I don't know. So give me your opinions down in the comments, man.
Straight up, man. Hey, appreciate everybody for tapping in. We deeply appreciate all the support that you guys are giving us. I mean, we came a long way. Hey, when y'all get a chance, go show love to Instagram. Go show love to the Twitter account. Definitely been very, very active on Twitter lately. Posting a lot of clips, funny stuff, etc. And don't forget, man, to share this podcast, share the YouTube, share the Facebook, share it all to your friends, your family, anybody that's into sports, man. I mean, I know there's a bunch of different podcasts out there, but we're different. We're different. I mean, look, we're the first podcast to bring you a Black History Month episode. I mean, that's real, man. I mean, hey, we had to hit Black History Month on a good note, and we just did. Shout out to Mikey though. Mikey would be in that category because he got a little black in him. Just saying, FYI, man. Other than that though, man, y'all be smooth. Like I said, I appreciate the support. Keep doing it because it's up from here. This summer we're gonna get into a lot of crazy stuff, man. We're gonna bring y'all the best content. With that being said, peace, y'all.
Peace.
Hey, I'm predicting the future of psychic. Tip-off and kickoffs, it got me excited. I be placing the bet every Sunday. I'm treating this FanDuel like it's my wife. I would T-Woods, Dusker, and Mikey. You can hate it or love it or like it. I ain't breaking a sweat while I'm placing the bet, cause these picks I got is fire. Tip-off and kickoffs, baby.